Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Monday morning, and I am back in New York. Yay! For those of you who haven't been following my Instagram, which we're going to be talking about today, I was in Las Vegas for the last week visiting my dad because it'd been a long time since he was alone in Vegas. So I got on a plane, and in my stories, Kim, in my Instagram stories, I showed the mask, the empty plane, and everything, little tidbits along the way of my trip, because you told me that's the way to increase my following and my brand and people getting to know me.
That's correct. That's correct. Instagram Stories has a remarkable way of letting people get behind the scenes. I didn't know this, but did you know there's 500 million people using Instagram Stories every single day?
Really?
Right. And then every time you add a story, so you know how we always talk about beating the algorithm, like on other. Every time you add a story, you get bumped to that front of that storyline. So that's why you want to add stories. And so, and the intention that when Instagram created stories was so that we could get to know the brands and you could get to know the people behind the scenes a little bit. So you're taking them in that moment. So this way people could know you, develop a like and trust aspect with you by you sharing your stories. So that you did great. I love following along with you on your thing.
Excellent. Okay, so we want to tell everyone how to use stories and highlights in order to enhance their brand on Instagram.
Correct. Yep. Okay. So the three things on stories, the top reasons why you want to use them is that your clients will get to know you and your staff better or your product better. You can show your process and why you are the one that they should choose. So if you are an interior designer and you're choosing tile for the kitchen and you take them on that process on why you would choose this tile versus this tile, you're bringing people into that story so they can understand how you work, which might increase they want to work with you more because they like the way that you do that behind the scenes.
Okay. Yeah. And even like what you read, how you increase your knowledge, what you're incorporating into your world, into your design or into your coaching or whatever you do, right? I'm always sharing, and probably not often enough, what books I'm reading, what trainings I'm doing, the things that are going to enhance my experiences for my clients. So as interior designers or service providers of any kind, you should be doing the same in your stories.
Stories, yeah. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Are you?
Getting a little feedback. I don't know whether anybody else is hearing it besides us. So
people don't realize is that you can share we spend a lot of time curating your Instagram feed, and you can share that into your story and then just put a little glimpse on, and so then you bring people from your story down into your feed, if that makes sense.
Okay, say that again. So you start out in your feed. If you do a post, you can then share
that to your story and then put a little highlight, and then you can bring people to that next journey. You can bring them into your feed. So that's one tip that I wasn't really aware of, and I need to practice a little bit more of doing. But
should we try to do that and show people how to do that?
Sure.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can share. I am screen sharing my phone to my computer. So hopefully, everyone bear with us. We're going to try. Okay, let me switch us around to see if we can that's not good. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm not sure. I think this is the best we're going to do, Kim,
Perfect. So
that is my phone, people. This is my phone. So as I touch my phone with my finger, I can scroll. This is my Instagram account. So Kim's going to try to walk me through.
And I'm going to see.
So this is my feed. I don't think I currently have anything in my stories.
No, but that's one thing that I did. I know how I planned this one a little bit, is I want to put your travels to your dad on your travels highlight.
I think I did do one of them. I just pressed my travel highlights.
Yeah, and you have.
Ooh, I'm going to go fast through it. Oh, wow. I forgot all the travels.
10 weeks. And so this is one thing too, that you have a lot of weeks. You've been using highlights probably since they first came out.
Yeah.
It's good to have highlights, but it's also good to go back and like, do I need them from, 110 weeks is over 2 years ago. Is that still relevant to me, or can I delete a few of them because if someone's coming through? So that was your last day in Vegas. TV time.
That's my dad.
Yep.
That's on my way home yesterday morning. That's me and my mask. So yeah, I did do that. I did add.
Okay, so let's go into your, if you can get out of there.
And out of there.
Now go where the little red circle is, where it says 1 on the top. And then hit your archive.
In my archive, okay.
Oh, your archive.
These are the only things I've archived.
Okay, click on your archive button where the little arrow is right next to the archive button. Now click on stories.
Oh, look at that. We're learning something.
So this is all the stories. Your stories are automatically always archived. And
really?
So we lose our stories off of our feed, but they're automatically archived. So say that there was one other picture here that you would want to share on put on your highlight reel, and you forgot to do that, but you want to go back and do that. So this is how you can do that. So if you just pick any, do you have any more of the stories? That would be.
So if I pick the one with me with the mask when I was going to Vegas.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to press on this one with my finger.
And then where it says highlight in the bottom.
Yeah.
You can add that. You can now add that.
It's blocked right now from Marketing Monday. So I'm going to hide that for a second, and I'm going to go back and see where it says highlight here.
Yeah.
I'm going to press highlight, and then I'm going to add it to travels.
Correct. Yep.
Then I'm going to press travels. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a great way that if you post something to your stories and you forget to archive or to add it to your highlight, you can do that.
Okay, so let's just do that again. So what did you have me press?
Where the little red circle is up in the corner.
Okay, so is it showing on the screen? It's not showing on the screen again because of my logo, but in the top right
corner there is 3 lines, and you have a little red dot with a 1 on it.
Right. So I'm going to press to the little. It's called the hamburger in the top right corner, which you guys aren't seeing, and then I'm pressing archive.
And then you want to make sure that it is the stories that are showing.
And then if I down arrow on the archive, it says stories or posts. I'm hitting stories. Yep. And then these are all the stories I've ever posted. It gets archived, which I didn't know. And I can then tap something and add it to. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. I can tap something and then add it to my highlights.
Correct. And let's go ahead and do one more thing. So click on your Nancyism back up there.
This one in the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
And so you can also share it. So if you click on the share button, so say that you're having a conversation with somebody and they missed this story, but you wanted to be able to send an email to them or share it. If you click the share button, then you're able to, you can either send it back to the stories, or when I clicked your share button.
Well, I can hit this to go back to stories, or I can hit close friends, or I can hit send to. Right. Let's see what happens when I hit send to. Oh, then I get all the different people I can send it to my daughter. I can send it to my friends. I can go down and send it to anyone through Instagram.
Correct.
So if they missed it.
Correct.
Okay. That's very cool.
Correct. Yep. And then the other thing I think we wanted to quick highlight was people had questions on highlights and the importance of why you want to have a highlights.
Okay. So these are my highlights.
Correct.
And I'm just scrolling across. So for me, I had weekend wind down for when I did my Facebook Live show called The Same. And then I have motivational quotes and et cetera, et cetera. So tell everyone why do highlights.
Well, highlights are great as far as even branding, because looking at your brand images, it comes across a very branded look. So that's good for brand identity. It's a great way to save your stories. And it's a great way for someone, if they're deciding to work with you as a coach, they want to know more about you. They're going to hit every one of those buttons to learn more about you in depth.
That's true.
Because your stories bring about a little bit more of you than what sometimes the feeds would naturally do. Resources are great because then you are showcasing all the products. So it's kind of like your little website there, is that you can showcase all your products. Super easy to do. Now you have the branded icons, which are great. And I recommend people doing the icons according to their brand colors and their images and stuff. Just making sure that if you have a third party create them, that they give you access to all the icons, so then you can continue doing that if you're no longer using that third party.
Very good suggestion. So if you guys are not using highlights and you don't have the highlight circles, you can make them in Canva, correct?
Correct. Or you can even use it's so easy. If you want to just click on the plus sign.
On the plus sign, I clicked on it.
Oh, let's see. Maybe I've had you click on the wrong plus sign. I want you to click on the highlight. Whoops, I'm in there. It's where it says new. I want you to click next to the highlight where it says new highlight to create a new highlight.
Yeah, right here, this circle.
I can't see where you're posting.
You don't see my cursor?
Nope. Right there. Yep.
So okay, that's what I clicked. Hit new.
So why don't you just click any of those images and see.
Up here or down here? I'm scrolling across. So it's basically what this is doing, Kim, is it's taking previous posts and turning them into highlight circles.
Right. Yes. Yes.
But what?
So I was just going to demonstrate how to create a highlight if they didn't know how to start with it. So you can take a picture from your story. So if you take even the airplane picture, because we won't go through, on your story feed.
Okay, so this one?
Yep. Just click on that one. Okay. And do next up on the top there.
Okay, and then I'm doing next up here.
And then that's all you have to do to create a story. So then they can type in. So if you wanted to put in travels, they could edit the cover.
Oh, I'm typing on my computer instead of my phone. Okay, travels.
Yep. And then if they wanted to use a branded image, then they would just go ahead and edit the cover.
Well, for now, I can do that. But you're saying I can choose this picture and then take a picture from my phone. So if I go into Canva and I create a highlight, I can then send it to my phone, email it to myself, download it as a photo, and then use it from my phone that way.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And then you can create your own branded covers.
Okay, got it. Right now I'm going to cancel this.
Correct.
Okay, so you can create, let me stop this share. So you can create, first of all, you should use Instagram stories to enhance your brand and your following by showing who you are personally, behind the scenes, what you're reading, what you're learning, what you're doing, a little bit about yourself, your family, your hobbies, and all those things, right? So people get to know who you are as a person, right? It could be what you eat. It could be what exercise you do, friends you hang out with. It could be anything related to your life, right?
Correct. Right.
Okay. And then your favorite stories are saved in the archives, and we showed you how to access them, and you can create highlights then, which act as your Instagram website, as in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's all your highlights on different, like if I could have a highlight on, which I'm thinking out loud, on the books that I read. I could have a highlight on my favorite motivational quotes, which I know I have something related to motivation. So you can create these categories that talk about other things besides what you put in your feed.
Correct. And like when we were first starting our working relationship and I wanted to know who you were before I said yes, I went to your highlights and I looked at all your highlights to learn who you were, because when we develop working business relationships, we want to know who we're working with. And that's a great way to do it. Besides, we always think about it's customer facing, but it's also when you're working as B2B, when you're working with other vendors and stuff, they will check your stories. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can really tell when somebody has followed me on Instagram or in my Facebook group, one of my Facebook groups, because when they get on with me, they're like, I feel like I already know you.
Right.
And that's fabulous, because then they already know my style and they already chose to work with me, as people will, for those of you who are listening, when they choose to work with you, if you are taking advantage of all these different ways that people can get to know you, it's almost like pre-selling them. They already know they like you.
Right. So you don't have to sell them to work with you. And you save a lot of time because you don't have that, hi, how's your coffee or how's the weather? It's like, all right, let's just dive deep, because you've already built that trust level.
Yes. Okay. Love it. Okay. So that was about your Instagram stories and your highlights. Any questions about it, please post it below. If you are looking to grow your business, become more profitable, you're struggling on where to promote yourself and how to attract your ideal client, reach out to me. If you need help with your social media, like where should you be, how should you be using it effectively, reach out to Kim. That's what we're here for. And this is what I always tell everybody. If you don't tell somebody what you do and how you can help them, you're actually doing them a disservice, because they need help and don't know where to turn. So
Right.
Don't think of it as marketing or sales. Think of it as just putting your talent on a consistent basis out into the world, so those of you who need you can find you.
Correct.
So that to me is what marketing is all about. So it's not icky, it's actually fabulous. And when it starts working for you, because you're like, now these people are actually coming to me. My new consults, Kim, I have to tell you, they're one after the other, they're getting better and better fit for my company and for my expertise, because I'm putting out on a consistent basis what I do for people.
Right.
And that's the same for anyone who's listening. Service-based business, put out what you do well over and over and over again, so that you attract your ideal client. That's what Marketing Monday is all about.
Yes, it is.
So, all right, everyone, have a great Monday. I'm going to transition over to my Monday morning client meeting. I always do my Monday morning motivation for my one-on-one clients. We have a little group mastermind session every Monday morning, and it gets the week going just the way I like it, right? It gets me motivated, gets me hearing what everyone's planning on doing. So write down today, everyone who's listening, what's the one thing you're going to get done today? And put that in the comments as well. So this way we know you're committed to the world. So what's the one thing you're getting done today, Kim?
I am getting my client work done today, because that's how I start my week out great, is making sure my clients are all taken care of well.
Perfect. All right. I'll see everyone next week for Marketing Monday. Thanks, Kim.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye, everyone.